Good morning. A question deriving from your last message, if I may? If the universe is going to choose from two possible scenarios to play out, how does that affect the phases? Let's start with phase 2. Which, let's be honest, has had us dangling by a thread for such a long time. Thank you. A welcoming wave of love to you, Blossom, and to each one. Consistently we speak of matters that will affect the whole. Yes, indeed, in your terms, it seems a long while since we originally spoke of phase 2. Yet, in our terms, not. It is coming. It is on the cards, so to speak. Yet, you cannot give us a time, obviously? We cannot. For the exact timing is not up to us. In fact, none of which is to take place on your planet is up to us. Let us make that quite clear. We come through you, Blossom, to guide those who wish to be guided through what many of you now are terming insanity. Because it is. Yet, from what you have said, there is much more to come. Indeed. That which took place in the last few years upon your Earth was a testing of the water. The experiment did not quite work out as planned, and yet, at the same time, did the trick. Do you mean in scaring the bejeebers out of most of the population? That, along with many experimental issues regarding the workings of fear-mongering through control. There is more to come. Many feel it is all going to spark up again this year, and there certainly are rumors of a new death threat under the guise of the 24th lead us into phase 2, and yet, here we are, still walking freely. Enjoy it whilst you can. To answer your question, whichever pole the universe is steered towards, will be the highest decision for the betterment of mankind. At this time, it is not that one is of a pleasanter ride than the other. For in order for clearance of all that must cease to be, there has to be the surmountable turmoil that we have spoken of. I felt the need to check surmountable. To overcome or manageable. I like that. Yet, why? Why can't we just watch the downfall of those of lesser light on our TVs? Eating popcorn and flying flags? Why must we go through such a massive disturbance? As it seems, that which you have prepared us for will be massive. Blossom, in order for one to come out the other side, one first has to go through it. There is so much to be gained from the upheaval that is to be presented. Keep that at the forefront of your mind. When IT is least looking like IT is all going well, IT is the time when IT actually is. So, are you still forecasting phase 2 to be another lockdown? Many have let go of that thought, and quite rightly so. Many say they wouldn't stand for it again. The fact is, Blossom, there has to be one. There needs to be one. For protocol and safety of the masses. Let us tell a story. Once upon a time, the situation that occurred at the beginning of your 2020 was planned by those who have the desire to depopulate. It had to be played out, in order for it to do all that it did. The consequences were dire, from many perspectives. However, and we do not say this insensitively, if this had not played out, it would not be possible for phase 2 and the next incarceration to take place. And it needs to take place. It may seem that it has been organized, once again, by those who do not have your best interest at heart. Yet, perhaps this is not the case? Or, maybe it is? Yet, behind the scenes there is a much more sinister undertaking that those who think they are in control have masterminded. We must be careful with our words here from a safety point of view. Yet, behind the scenes of behind the scenes, there is the divine plan. Oh phew! I'm glad you clarified that, as when the word sinister came through, I had to question where the rest of the sentence was heading. So, perhaps the story continues in the flow of knowing that although phase may second look like it is under control by those who seek the demise of the human race, it is serving a much higher purpose that will become apparent once the plan is underway. So, you are saying phase 2 is a good thing and necessary? Yes. We are. For the path it shall take will take a sudden twist and turn, and in doing so, one's eyes will almost pop out of their heads in disbelief. In this you mean truths being told, as you have said before? Correct. Yet, as we have also said before, that which is to be told will be of a much greater deception than one assumes they know of. Hold on here. Let's double check on that. To clarify, you are meaning that we will be told of a huge deception that has been going on? Not that what we are going to be told will be of great deception, if does, that makes sense? Correct again, Blossom. I sort of feel this is on the cards and the cards are on the table. It feels close as I type, yet, is that just because I can feel the energy of its reality? We would say that these possibilities go hand in hand. Well, you know me, with respect, taking this with a pinch of salt regarding the timing. As for the rest, so often it all seems so far-fetched. Yet, so would our last 3 years, if we had been told that 5 years ago. We can only wait and see, and in the waiting, carry on being the stalwart souls of light that we are. And you are. The thing is, when you look back throughout history, assuming some of it is true, there have been continual catastrophic goings-on, involving the lack of respect for human life. In those times, were there not souls like us? Light anchors? Doing the same thing to bring in the light with the intention of changing the vibration of the planet? Blossom, you and many millions of others have been alive and well during atrocities that have played out over time, and yes, indeed, being light, yet. This is different. Very different. In those past days it was not the time, the planet was not ready to do what it is about to do. Goings-on your planet had not reached fever pitch. Yet, 220-odd thousand could be killed by the Hiroshima bomb in one hit. Is that not considered fever pitch? Incredibly, no, it is not. The dark thread has weaved its way into a great many more hearts. Many have been sucked into the web of evil. Many who had no desire to do so, yet, found their way into fame and fortune this way, and then it became too late for escape. Temptations of luxurious lifestyles lured many into the web and, once trapped, they had no escape. This cleansing that is to come will change everything. It is the first time, ever, that your planet has the opportunity to be lifted into glory, once again. This can only happen because of each one of you coming here to do just that. Change the entire vibration of the population. Not everyone is ready for that. They will be. They will have no choice. For that which is to unfold will be such a shake-up. Such a wake-up call. That the aftermath. The overall outcome will be for each one to walk into the light. And the light to follow will be so bright that even those who have been lazy until this time will change their attitude entirely. Explain lazy? Those that have been sitting either behind or on the fence. Those who have not taken action for themselves. By this we mean, those who have been slow to find the way home. Yet, isn't it that each one has the right to walk their journey as slow or as fast as they choose, in order to gain what they need to? We are not condemning this sleepiness, Blossom, we are just saying that in order for everything to change, there will be many massive wake-up calls, so that it would be nigh on impossible for souls to remain asleep. When they awaken to the truths, and the same goes for those who are already awake, there is to be such a surge, such an input of determination and strength to march forward and bring your world back into balance. What is to come will bring such a realization of what has been, that the stirring within the hearts and minds of souls on your planet will be so powerful, so united, that there is nothing that will stop each one from standing in their truth. You speak of gatherings of your tribes. So many now are finding their tribe, in a way as never before. Yet, each of these tribes belong to the one tribe. The tribe of light. Can you imagine when millions more of you know your light? When millions more of you feel your truth and speak the mantra. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. It's a wonderful thing to imagine. Really? Will millions more be saying this mantra? Yes. Blossom. Really? That is amazing. Really? Or, do you just mean words to that effect? We mean those exact words. As many of you know, the power that lies within this phrase changes your vibration instantly. Therefore, the more this mantra spreads, the quicker the vibration of the planet lifts. I assume there will be many other mantras that do the same? Indeed, Blossom. We are not saying that the I Am mantra is an exclusive, members-only club, and only those who know of it shall have the benefit. For indeed, many mantras and expressions serve the soul in so many ways. We are simply stating that this particular I Am mantra that we bring through, has the potential to reach more souls, that you, Blossom, could ever have imagined. Well, how lovely! I will add it to my list of let's wait and sees. Thank you, as always chaps. Meanwhile, life goes on, and we warriors of great light keep doing our thing the best we can, as we change the world. And each one must know this as truth. For it is within that knowing of truth, that the process accelerates. We honor each one. We love each one. In gratitude. In loving service. I am.